Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
Welcome, geeks, gamers, nerds, players. Are you ready for some DC entertainment? Yeah, we're going to get some. It's great to be a DC fan. Listen, smash the hell out of the like button. It's not so hard as to find a donate button. So do that. Support the show. Help make us the best damn movie talk on YouTube. Oh, God, I got to fly me. All right. I hear the background noise. I don't know where it's coming from. Hold on a second. Let me tweet this out. We got a lot to cover tonight. It's a great day. I did pretty good with predicting. I said the Snyder Cut is canon. I think it is. Canon in the DCEU. I think they're going that way. I think you can't deny it anymore. All right, but maybe make your introduction. Brian is back. Zeverfett, what are you working on lately, man?
Working on the latest Stargirl review for the episode 2. Yeah, episode 2. So we should have that up by tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I do. We're enjoying the show. I mean, it's got Luke Wilson in it, and the girl that's playing Stargirl, she's fairly new, Courtney something or other, and yeah, I mean it's a good show. I recommend it. It's a good watch. It's definitely a rung above the CW shows. So okay. Yeah, we're only 2 weeks in, and it's promising.
I did not check it out yet. I still have the DC app, and you for some of you on the panel, you now have HBO Max. How are you liking that?
I am loving it. I just signed up for it earlier today. I've been catching up on all the DC movies that I can. I'm probably going to watch Aquaman when I'm done here.
Lantern 2814 just joined the panel. Nice shirt, brother.
Thanks, man. What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's a great time to be a DC fan. Henry Cavill is back. Is the Snyder Cut now canon? Do you think that's the way they're moving? They're making the places. They're making this a big thing that they're just going to jump off of the Snyder Cut. They're not going to go release the Snyder Cut, release Zack's vision, Justice League as a big event, and then go back to Justice League.
No, right? Yeah. I mean,
they're going balls deep.
Yeah, kind of retcon it, hardcore.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I think they're doubling down.
See what it comes out. Honestly, I don't know. They're gonna go balls deep.
Well,
I think it's just the tip right now, man. Just the tip.
Man, you just gotta ram it. Just ram it.
I think they're going.
No lube. Let's go.
All right, don't go all jokey on me in here. Don't talking about. We're not talking about AT&T. What's AT&T's doing to Warner Brothers?
Yeah,
yeah,
man. It's white slavers.
Yeah, man.
All right, George.
Well, I don't know what that says about me because I'm happy if that one's coming out. I don't know. Yes, it's very exciting. I scheduled the stream way ahead of time. Ooh. The gang's all here. Yeah, that one, Carlos, Akancha, Jaiswal, thank you. Yes, I did see the Darkseid photos. They look really cool.
They're from a long time ago, too. Like those photos are like 11 months old. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're just in color. That's the only thing that's different.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Do you think Darkseid's going to be a substantial part of the movie, or is it going to be short?
Oh yeah, dude. He's going to be in the history lesson scene, and he's probably going to be a part of that final battle or whatever. He might have been like the cliffhanger, honestly, for like.
Yeah, I think he was the cliffhanger. Like you were supposed to see, I think Steppenwolf's head sort of roll and stop at his feet. And then they were supposed to get a sort of like they cross eyes or not cross eyes. they have a good look at each other through the boom tube or whatnot, and then it's supposed to end and you're supposed to wait until Justice League 2 for I guess whenever they shoot that if in fact they do.
Which they might now. I mean, they might. We'll see how popular the Snyder Cut gets for sure.
Yeah. We need Man of Steel 2 cameo Darkseid. I want Man of Steel to happen if it does ever happen, which
Right.
That's far off if it ever does. I don't know if we're ever going to get it. I think we'll get him in the movies.
Right.
Black Adam, Shazam, probably the Flash movie. It's hard. Believe me, I want it more than anyone else. I don't see Man of Steel 2 happening anytime soon.
Yeah,
they're going to start off slow, I think, with him. They're gonna kind of test the waters, put him in a couple cameos and show his face, or maybe neck up.
The last time they tried to get him in a movie was Shazam. Yeah. So we'll see if the talks pay off here. But
the time it gets to that point, it's going to be like we're going to have years of movies. I don't know if it'll even happen. I still want it to. If it does, is Brainiac the way you want to see it go? You want to see Brainiac versus Superman? What do you want? What kind of storyline would you want to see? It's hard to say now, but I think that's what most want, right?
Yeah.
Brainiac would be cool.
Yeah,
with Supergirl.
Brainiac would be kind of iconic. Yeah. I like the whole Brainiac. I'm not Brainiac. I'm sorry. Apocalyptian sort of Kara. Like that animated movie. And then she was sent off to Themyscira to sort of hone in on her abilities and powers and stuff like that because she's older in age than Cal was. He grew up here, from an infant.
Geeking it with Jim Classic says if the Snyder Cut is good and well received, there will be Justice League 2. If it's not good, it'll just be a footnote in cinematic history.
Probably.
Isn't the Flash movie almost like a Justice League 2 as well? I mean, as far as we know right now, unless they really limit who's in it. But I foresee most of them being in there anyway, even though it's not officially a Justice League 2. We'll see how close. That's the one I'm interested to see. That one, how close it links up the Flash movie or Flashpoint, which is there hasn't been any news on that since the Snyder Cut, though.
Right. I hope they hold off on that. I mean, it's exchanged so many hands.
Yeah.
Different directors attached and leaving, different writers coming in and leaving. The writer they have on it right now, I'm not too happy with. So I hope it stays shelved for a little bit, and I don't want to see a Flashpoint from the jump. I think the time travel situation or whatever that Zach was sort of hinting at where he and Cyborg were trying to set up a time for the time jump or whatever. I think that'll in itself be sort of a Flashpoint in that it'll reset reality or whatever for a bit, and they're I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I for me, for the Flash, I hope they concentrate on just giving us a good Flash film, not try to reset the universe. Just give us a good Flash movie, and give maybe a couple of Rogues Gallery and maybe the Reverse Flash cameos, just to kill his mom or something. Then that's it.
I'm still mixed on who's the actor that plays the Flash. I mean, I don't hate
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller.
Right.
I thought he was okay. I did not like a lot of people say, like I follow Grace Randolph. I get a lot of hell for defending Grace Randolph. But she even said his running was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I love Batman v Superman. Right. I love Justice League, but his running does look ridiculous. I think
the narrative for that was that he was sort of learning. He was the one that was the most learning to run in the Speed Force.
Oh yeah,
and
like
so he was just kind of like that, kind of getting the hang of it. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe that Flash is supposed to run like an idiot for the whole DCU.
The one thing about that Flashpoint movie is that we've kind of already seen Flash's origin in the TV show. Like I think a lot of people have seen that. So like I don't know if I would want to see another Flash origin movie, or anything like that. I think they could just jump right to Flashpoint. But it would be tough because it would be more like a Justice League movie. It'd be kind of less focused on Flash. But yeah, I don't know if we would do another Flash origin again because I think people are familiar enough with it.
I'm not saying do a Flash origin. I'm saying I mean, hell, even do something like Tim Burton. Where Flash is already doing shit. He's going around the city and he's thwarting villains or whatever, and maybe he's taking on the Turtle. I don't know, whatever.
We're kind of at that point right now. Yeah. Because he showed up in Suicide Squad and stuff, and he's already doing his thing,
I want to speculate too on how we got to this point about I think Snyderverse is back. I honestly do. I know Lantern is a little
I'm all.
Wait and see.
Yeah.
See what happens. See how it goes.
So many things change, man.
I think the reason that the recent problems is you keep denying the Snyderverse after the Batman v Superman backlash. Just show confidence in your product. That's where people. If you don't show confidence, the audience won't. And then,
on HBO Max, are they showing DCEU? Because that's what I heard. I haven't seen it myself, but
they're showing
is that what it's
DC
listed under?
Universe.
Yeah, so if they're doing that, then they're owning it, because that's something that the fans, we labeled that. You know, we because no one would come out with a definitive, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, World's of DC." We're like, "Shut up! We already called it DCEU." Continue that narrative, and so they're taking it and they're owning it, just like Henry Cavill is owning the mustache. He showed up on Zach's stream with full mustache.
Besides the movement, here's my two other speculation of how we got to this point where I believe the Snyder Cut is back. I do rumors and speculation here. Definitely one is finally The Rock being Black Adam, and you need someone to go against him that's very formidable. Like, you can't get even a Brandon Routh Superman wouldn't look. Henry Cavill versus The Rock. Slam dunk. I think that's $1 billion movie. I really do.
He has a lot of weight, in his movies. Everybody wants to see him in a superhero or anti-villain, sort of, setting. And he wants to jump in. He wants to be a part of the franchise. He tried with this other Hobbs and Shaw thing, and I don't think that went anywhere. So he definitely. He's been working on this thing, like he said in his video, for 10 years plus.
Right. And the other thing that happens is someone as prolific as The Rock in blockbuster popcorn films, they bring their crew. Like, if you sign me on, you're doing something else for me too. He wants Cavill. His ex-wife is the manager of Cavill. He wants him back, and he wants that face off. And man, that is going to be amazing. The other thing, I think this was the last time I like the movie. My wife loved the movie, and I'm still rooting for Margot Robbie. But this is the last time they really tried to get away from the Snyderverse, and it failed. Is Birds of Prey. If Jared Leto had even a little bit in there instead of like the weird intro where they have it animated and they only show a scene of him. If we got more of the relationship with those two and then the breakup, it would have been a lot more. It would have done
cohesive.
A lot better, I think. Yeah.
Well,
they had a stand-in for Jared.
Yeah.
I think the air cut of Suicide Squad was going to show more of their relationship, and it was actually going to end with them breaking up. Like Joker leaves Harley after she abandons him, I guess, and joins the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And David Ayer's been talking a lot about that air cut. Like, he wants that out.
I'm pretty sure it's a done deal. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
They probably got a better price by doing two movies at the same time, and a lot of work for these special effects artists. They all do that. Honestly, to keep people employed, it should happen, because the new productions aren't starting yet. So there's a time period where they have nothing to do. To keep people employed instead of getting unemployment, laid off for a little bit and come back. They absolutely need to do both until productions start getting smooth again. There are some other talks about people revisiting other productions like the Lord and Miller cut, which I'm rooting for it. And I used to say make Solo 2 happen so I could boycott it. But I'm past that point. Because the sequel trilogy's done. I don't care anymore. If people want to see Solo 2, I'm up for it. I just have a harder time seeing Disney admitting that, at least until Kathy is actually gone. Yeah. I don't see them saying we're going to release the Lord and Miller cut, because that would look really bad on her.
I just want to see him deep fake Alden Ehrenreich, for Solo 1 and Solo 2. Just give me that Harrison Ford, and I'm good to go. So.
Well, speaking of Solo 2, would you guys mind seeing a movie that was about Kira and Darth Maul joining together, like teaming up after the end of Solo.
Give me more Darth Maul. Yeah. It's my favorite part of the prequels.
Crimson Dawn would be really cool.
I prefer if they just went into a TV series, actually, but
Disney Plus,
yeah. I don't know. Solo coming back to theaters too is people be making fun of it. It would have a lot of hurdles to overcome. I don't mind the movie now. My rage. Listen, I'm a madman on YouTube, but I don't want to be. I'm trying to keep calmer. Things, the last few months I was going full madman. Let's get back to movie talk. Let's enjoy movies.
Yeah.
I'm all for Solo 2 because fans want it. Hey, there's so much Star Wars. If it was taken away from something else, I'd be like, the other one, people, and I'll give Andy Signor credit. His topic for today's video was interesting, even though I didn't watch it. Was what's next for fandom, which is very surprising considering how much they dunked on Snyder Cut fans. Solo 2, Alita battling. I really hope Alita gets a sequel. And I don't know what else he was talking about. I'd have to look at the video. Is there anything else that you see that absolutely needs to get a fan movement behind to get back?
The only thing I can think of is the Shane Black version of the Predator movie, his original director's cut.
Oh, okay.
Because that one had a lot of stuff cut out of it. Like they had a whole different faction of predators that were supposed to be in it called the Emissary Predators.
All right.
And they were captured by humans or something, and they helped the protagonists fight the giant predator.
All right, cool.
This is the thing with a lot of movies, though. Like almost every movie has a director's cut that's longer than what they release. So it's kind of interesting to see.
I think they're guaranteed one.
Yeah. So is that just going to be a thing from now on? We're going to see a movie released and it's going to be a second version.
I think based on recent events, this is going to happen. It only makes sense. You get more money, more profits, and with streaming service, it makes sense to differentiate the theatrical release and the streaming release. It gets. Why am I paying for the subscription if you're just going to release the movie here in a month or two? Well, you're getting a better version at home. You're getting a longer version. I would do it if I was in charge. I'd say, director, production, I want you to think about what you want to do to bump up the streaming release, get more eyes on it. Really, it's great for marketing. It's great all around. And then 2 SKUs for physical release for those collectors. There's still going to be collectors of Blu-rays, even though 3D's done, which makes me sad. I think 3D is finally done. I've been collecting 3D the whole time. I still have 3D that I ordered on Zavi.com and I never got.
Damn.
Because you don't like 3D at all?
I don't have a 3D TV, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'm holding on to my LG. It was the last good 3D TV where you don't have to have the active ones with the batteries. It's just the real 3D glasses, and it works really good. At the end, they got it right, which is unfortunate. After they made everyone pay for junk.
They're going to move to holographic.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe Avatar 2 might bring back 3D. Who knows?
I hope so. I hope so. Everyone makes fun of me for certain things. Avatar 2, everyone's be like, like no one even cares about that anymore.
Everyone's going to go see it. Everybody's going to see it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to see it. See it. It's just,
would they like it? That's another question.
That's the question.
Yeah. I thought an interesting topic too, right to start here. Who is coming back that we're not necessarily talking about or want to come back? Lex Luthor. Do you think he will, if based on the Snyder Cut, if he does have a few scenes, I've heard, right?
He's got a bunch of scenes, yeah.
Okay.
Escaping Arkham and all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Will they bring him back?
I think they will. I think they liked him.
Okay.
That's why Zach promoted him, because I think Zach originally cast him for Jimmy Olsen, and really liked, after speaking with him or whatever, just really liked him and offered him the role of Lex. And I think it'd be cool. I want to see Lex, or this version of Lex or whatever, at least get a mech suit, or maybe since he had access to the Kryptonian ship, he has access to the battle armor or whatever, and he could take that and sort of reverse engineer it and repurpose it and use that metal or whatever to make his mech suit, and that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It would make him seem like more of a threat. Since he's not a physical threat in this incarnation, maybe the suit would help enhance him because it's otherworldly materials or metals and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to see him. Commissioner Gordon, I'd like to see more of him and what's his name? The actor. J. Jonah Jameson, Commissioner Gordon.
Oh gosh,
J.K. Simmons.
Simmons.
Okay. Yeah, they interviewed him recently, and he was like, "Yeah, there's maybe a little bit more dialogue, or maybe another cut or two here that he might be able to insert if needed, or if it still plays out." As far as like the pacing and the timing of the edit, so there's a little bit more of him in there for the Zack Snyder's Justice League cut.
He's the only one that I wasn't like over the moon for. I was just okay. I just keep seeing him as as the Spider-Man boss. I can't get past it. All right.
Well, it's Gary Oldman. I like Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah. He was great.
I liked him better as Dracula.
Dracula. The interesting thing about that interview. The interesting thing about that interview I saw with J.K. Simmons is that he said Zack Snyder talked to every actor before the Snyder Cut announcement happened. And I think he would only do that if they're calling the Snyder Cut a new movie, and they're going to repay all the actors.
They do, right. Yeah. They have to get approval to use their likeness. It's the same thing of what they what they did for Superman Returns when they used Marlon Brando footage for Jor-El. They had to go to his estate. They had to go to his family, and that's why they released the Donner cut, so they could use the proceeds for the sales from that to pay the Donner. I'm not the Donner estate, the Marlon Brando estate.
Yeah, so that goes back to like the Snyder Cut being canon, because it's a new movie now. It's like almost like they're going back to before they fucked up everything. Before,
the other thing, I mean, I actually think they don't even have much choice unless you want movies coming out, because if they start reworking, recasting at this point, there's such a large gap between movies. They have to just go forward with something. They can't be playing this will we, won't we game constantly back and forth, circling around. You have to show some confidence and just go forward. I mean, even without the quality of the films, this is a problem with the DC movie universe that's always been, is not showing confidence and just going.
Well, not only that, but it's prime time to do it. I mean, Marvel's kind of quieting down a little bit. Yeah, the excitement's not there. But for DC, I mean, it's at all-time high. So let's do this. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, a lot of it was that they changed directions, and they didn't want to go back and kind of go back on their word or whatever, and just sort of retract and say, oh, you know what, we made a mistake, because it's people's egos that are on the line. That's just how the town works. Is there's no fault from here. There must be, the fault is on your end. That's why it's always like, if a movie fails, it's the audience that's the problem. It's like, hey, you didn't go out and see our movie.
There is a director's cut of Sucker Punch. I didn't see it yet. I have to give that one another shot. I didn't hate it or anything.
I have to watch it. I've never
watch the extended cut. Extended cut's much better.
What's up, man?
I haven't even seen Sucker Punch yet, and I want to watch it one of these days.
Now, did everyone in this panel, did BVS? I don't think we had any haters here, but did you originally love it, or did certain things need to grow on you? Because I know the one thing I wasn't sold on right away. Well, one was the Doomsday, because I was like, oh, this is too quick. Yeah, and I didn't like. He looked really CG to me, but now I've grown to like it. It's just I wanted him. Yeah, I wanted a more epic. And actually, right at the end of his scenes, when the bones are starting to come out, he started like, yeah. But it's like, I was like, oh, this happened so quick. And then the other thing that I wasn't sold right away was Lex himself. But actually, I love him now. And the more that you think about it, what would Lex Luthor be in like current age? He'd be like a tech guy, a tech nerd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg, something like that.
Yeah, if you constantly think about what you thought about DC movies in the past, and then think about, well, how would this person be in current day, and then you look at the movie and through that lens, it makes sense. Like even the court scene, like if there was a superhero, lots of people would have problems with it in the.
I thought that was cold. He let that chick die, Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy.
I was like, dang, didn't he see the cartoon? That's his right hand man right there, you know.
Yeah.
Jolly Ranchers sales went up, during that movie.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
That was the cringiest part.
Yeah, you're gonna shove it in his mouth. Oh, and you're gonna lick your fingers.
Yeah.
I think that moment was to show that he was in control and
full power over
yes.
the guy.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's still. I mean, I would have preferred he just smack him on the ass, like send him on his way, like kind of like locker room, get out of here, I own you.
Second viewings of that movie, I like it a lot more. I mean, it repeat viewings makes Batman v Superman way better.
Yeah.
I mean,
he would come back. I agree.
Saw it in theaters because I was riding on the because I was on the Snyder hate bandwagon for a while, but then after I watched videos defending BVS, I started to see it in a more different light, and I decided to give it a second chance, and I actually liked it the second time I watched it.
I hear that more and more.
Yeah, he grows on you.
Yeah,
I liked it when I first saw it. I liked it a little bit when I first saw it because I kind of could fill in the holes, because I read a lot of comics and stuff.
Hey, all my friends that I went to see with my wife and friends, and they all disliked it. They all disliked it. Our ambassadors here, been a long time, ambassador.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's all right. We're talking about how great it is to be
doing okay.
Are you a Snyder Cut fan? I don't even know.
I'm not a opponent of it, but I am thrilled that the community that is a big part of that has wanted this for so long is finally getting what they want. So I'm interested to see it. I actually got HBO Max today. I signed up for the 7-day, and we decided to go ahead and get the. We thought $15 for everything that's on there a month. I was like, Madam Ambassador, what do you think? She's like, let's get it.
Yeah.
So
I haven't signed up. If you haven't had HBO, there's so much content to catch up on. If you're new to it, there's a lot with all the entertainment that we're missing right now.
Empire.
Let me go on camera.
Aerogene. Jesse Eisenberg was interviewed lately, and he said he will return if he is needed. The whole band is back, except we'll have to wait on Jared. That's the one. That's the one that we're in the.
He's the wild card. The Joker.
And Ryan Reynolds.
Well, just recently I did
I don't think Ryan Reynolds could do the Green Lantern cameo just because
I'm hearing this stuff. I'm hearing some stuff about that.
So then who would be Sinestro? Because Mark Strong is Sinestro as well as Dr. Savannah, and Dr. Savannah is going to continue in the Shazam universe with the little cricket guy.
Let him do both. Let him do both, right?
Let him do both. Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I mean,
get it going,
you got the other actor. But he plays people that die. Digimon Aslu. He played the fish, the mermaid guy in Aquaman, and also he played the Shazam from the Shazam. But both of those characters died. These other two characters are going to be, I hope prominent. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to see Ryan Reynolds, but I don't know.
He's kind of endeared as Deadpool, though.
Well, Deadpool 3 is not happening anytime soon, so listen, I don't hate that Green Lantern movie. I liked him.
Honestly,
If
I'm not here,
I watched it the other day, so I was like, one of the worst things about it is the damn soundtrack. I was like, it was like the worst soundtrack you could put to a superhero movie.
And it was James Newton Howard, and he still did shit. It was fucking like, what the hell, man?
I dug it in Aquaman, guitar riffs and things, stuff like that. I was like, okay, that works. But in in Green Lantern, it sounded like so synthesized, even the drums and all that. I was like, nah, this sucks.
Ambassador, what were you gonna say about it, the Green Lantern?
For what it was, I enjoyed it. Now, of course, I saw it and everything right after my divorce, so I was up for just about anything that was going to take my mind off of that. But as I've told a lot of people, I am primarily a Marvel guy, but I have watched a lot of the solo. I have watched a lot of the solo DCEU movies, and I've liked what I have seen. I really have. I actually did a stream a couple weeks ago. I think Brian was there when we were talking about Aquaman and Shazam and Joker. So honestly, while we've got this gap, this kind of a void from Marvel with no Marvel movies coming out except for I think Black Widow is coming out in November now. This is a good opportunity for Warner and for DC to really fill that gap and give people what they want. And I mean, I didn't see Batman versus Superman because honestly, I heard a lot of things about it.
Right.
And the other thing was Eisenberg really bothered me as Luthor. Now, I liked Gene Hackman as Luthor, and I even though I know he is, and I hate this word, problematic. I liked Kevin Spacey's turn and Superman Returns. His turn as Luthor. That was a good Luthor.
Bye,
Wrong.
I'm just kidding, Ambassador.
Guys.
Luthor, man. I liked Ralph as I think he did the best job in that movie. I think he deserved
Ralph Macchio?
No. Superman Returns. Brandon Routh.
Oh, Brandon Routh. See, I would have loved to have seen him come in as like Hank Henshaw, as just an astronaut, and then had him come in as like Cyborg Superman, just to give you that extra little fanboy, But he did the CW thing as the other Superman version, Kingdom Come, and so I was like, I don't know if he do. Yeah, I mean Mark Strong, I'd love to see him. And you got Jango Fett. Jango Fett was in Aquaman as well as
Tamora Morrison. Yeah, and he was. I thought,
and he's a great actor.
He is. Tamora Morrison doesn't get enough due and everything. That's for
he is now.
Yeah, he very much is now. But when he first started out, at least from what I heard, he wasn't getting enough due and everything as an actor because everybody was kind of hating on the Attack of the Clones and everything. But honestly, I thought his portrayal as Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones was actually really good, and his voice work for Clone Wars and for Rebels. He really brought it as a voice actor. He has done extraordinarily well. It's
quivering lips there.
Anyway, but here's the thing about the DC universe and everything that I have really enjoyed thus far. The animated films have been very, very strong, and they have done a lot of good world building. They've built a good world within the animated universe of the DCEU. Now, if they can just transfer the story writing and the character building that they've done from those animated films over into live action, which they're starting to do and everything in a lot of ways with the last few movies that we've gotten, like Joker, even though I know Joker is not specifically DCEU, it's adjacent to it. But if you take Shazam, you take Aquaman, you take Wonder Woman and everything, and you look at those four films, they did, and even Man of Steel. I saw Man of Steel when it came out in 2013. I was thoroughly entertained. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think Henry Cavill was a very good.
No, he's amazing.
Okay, whatever adjective.
He's back.
Whatever adjective you prefer. Whatever adjective you prefer.
Magnanimous.
That's a good one too.
What
he was a good Clark Kent.
What are we going to do about Green Lantern now? What was that? Is there any in the Snyder Justice League cut? Is there a hint to Green Lantern more than we got? Like the
Zack Snyder says there's another Green Lantern in there. That's not the one you see in the history lesson.
Was it? What's his name?
On top of that,
not
Sam.
What's that other? The one that was in the movie
Stewart?
with Henry Cavill. They did the Man from U.N.C.L.E. That guy.
I don't think it was that guy.
I forget his name. But he was like around, hanging around the set and all that.
Thinking of Armie Hammer.
Yes, Armie Hammer. Yeah, because he was going to play Batman in the Justice League, whatever the movie was that died for Frank Miller. But yeah, no. So they brought him over, and he was hanging around the set, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's Green Lantern. He's Green Lantern." And I wouldn't mind that because I mean he had good chemistry with Henry on The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So I was like, yeah, I could see that. That'd be fun. I wouldn't
mind that. Yeah.
Mind Ryan Reynolds, but I think Armie's a good actor as well. I mean, I like and he has rapport with Eisenberg as well from that other movie, the Facebook movie, whatever.
Will they go and do a movie, or is it just going to launch the series? Because I heard HBO Max is going to have a Lantern series, right?
Yeah,
that's the Berlanti.
Really?
That's just like the Stargirl show that I'm watching. Just like the Swamp Thing, he's and all the CW stuff. That's all Berlanti. Mm-hmm. So I think that's separate from the
they're still going to
Berlanti verse and the Snyder verse. I think they're two different entities in a multiverse.
All right. So do you think you're still going to try to keep this DC Universe app going? I thought they were going to do
I don't know why. I still have it.
I still have it. But I mean, but
you're going to see like things trickle over to HBO Max, and then also see like one or two, super friends and
Ambassador, you just got it. The only thing they transferred over from that is Doom Patrol, and Doom Patrol is premiering on there.
Yeah, but Swamp Thing's on the CW now. It's gonna be.
I haven't had a chance to see Doom Patrol, but I've heard it's good. I've heard some people say it stings, so I may give it a watch or anything.
I didn't finish season 1. I had a hard time with it. I enjoyed it, but it's like too wacky for even me. I'm like, okay, this is really crazy. I'm gonna give it another shot.
That Cyborg, in my opinion, was inferior, of course, to Ray Fisher.
That's the other problem I had. Is just I keep thinking of Ray. Nothing against the actor. It's just
no.
It's just
the interpretation of that character.
Yeah,
it looked like plastic on him too. I wasn't a big fan of that on Doom Patrol.
Yeah. Mad Titans isn't on Max or Nerdlight. Yes, I think that would have been a good play. I think more people would have enjoyed Titans. I just finished season 2. I liked it a lot. It was going really strong for me until the last few episodes. The Deathstroke was awesome. I love all the surprises. I love the Superboy arc was great.
Yeah, they did a good job with him too.
I know some people are the most controversial character on that show is Starfire. I still enjoyed her.
She was better in season 2 than in season 1.
Yeah,
I think she sort of had to find her footing just as an actress. But yeah, I enjoyed her more in season 2.
Well, not to mention Starfire is kind of a tricky character to pull off and everything. For the simple fact that you haven't seen too many interpretations of the character outside of comics. I mean, we got the animated ones, but we haven't gotten a live action interpretation of Starfire as of yet. And if the actress who's portraying her doesn't know her backstory that well, you can kind of bungle her character. So I was on the fence on watching Titans, to be honest with you, because I heard mixed things about it. So now that I have HBO Max, I might give it a watch.
Well, it's not on there yet, though. It's still only on the DC Universe app. So I mean, they have a lot more that they're holding back, though.
Yeah, I would imagine. So I may wait and see if they port it in. So I think somebody in the chat had mentioned it was Sibyllans said CEO of HBO Max said they'll be porting things over gradually. Okay. So they may eventually bring Titans over onto Max. So
let me see. You swole gangsters. Here's Chubby. More Justice League action figures based on Zack Snyder's Justice League. I would love a 112 to do the original Steppenwolf. Oh yeah,
100%.
I can't afford it. I mean, I can't get into collecting again.
You need a buff Zack Snyder figure.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right.
I mean, they made a George Lucas figure. Might as well.
Yeah, I get that one.
Talk about how this is made him a bigger, prominent figure in entertainment now that he interacted with his fans in such a positive way now. And man, did he have to overcome obstacles from the press.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a real criticism there. Why are they okay to hate on this man for so long? I mean, really, he's getting an unfair until now. I think it's coming around.
Right.
I
think
saw
until
a
that
video on
narrative
Zack
changed.
Snyder. All right, never mind.
What was that, Lantern?
I saw a video on Zack Snyder Day. Some girl was doing her makeup talking about Zack Snyder. And she said he was Islamophobic because of one shot in Dawn of the Dead where they show Muslims praying. And then they show a shot of zombies running.
No,
it didn't make any goddamn sense.
This is what my goal is on for YouTube. Yeah. Don't call all these twidiots parts of fandom or, SJWs. They are just people obsessed with social media and want retweets and want arguments. Don't give them any credibility or paint a fandom or group by these people. They're just obsessed with the internet. They just say something outlandish because they know it's going to get views, like a certain corner.
Yeah. Got 77,000 followers. So,
and here's the other thing, if I might comment on that. Andy Warhol once said, in the future, everybody will have 15 minutes of fame. And unfortunately, the internet and sites like Twitter and Instagram and Reddit and everything else like that has given people that opportunity to have their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, people are obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
It's just, it boggles my mind,
there is some good to it, though. There is some good to it because Snyder Cut wouldn't get this far without it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about Zack Snyder this weekend on my channel or anything if I didn't respect him as a director. I mean, I know he's gotten some shade thrown at him and a lot of undue shade thrown at him and everything for some of the movies he's done, but honestly, by and large, I have enjoyed every movie I've gone to see by him.
Oh yeah, he puts a lot into it. Even if you don't,
he does.
Even if you're not like on board with his particular vision, he does it's fully fleshed out. He does everything. It's a world. He builds a world. Let's get into some other movie topics real quick for the last 20 minutes of Movie Madness. Cobra Kai to depart YouTube in search of a new. No, I'm happy because the reason I thought I was first.
Is it still being made?
I was first sad, but then I was like, this is just going to pop up on Hulu or Netflix, and then I don't have to do my yearly thing where I subscribe to YouTube Red and then cancel.
Yeah. Did they shoot the third season already? Is it already in the can?
I think they were planning it. I don't know if it got.
I know they were going to have Elizabeth Shue, and they were going to have that guy from Karate Kid 3. I forget that guy. Ponytail. So
this is going to pop up somewhere else. This is going to, especially after the Snyder Cut, people are not going to let Cobra Kai go. They're not going to let it go. It's going to pop up somewhere. Actually, that's good that you brought that up. Let me research if it is actually, if any work was done on it. Cobra Kai season 3 in production.
Well, with all the crap that's on Netflix now, I'm sure they'll pick it up. You know what I mean?
They might, or HBO Max is going to they might snap it up.
Breaking news. See, it is this quick. Deadline's pretty dead on it.
Yeah, they're pretty reputable.
All right, so let me bring up this article here.
Yeah,
trash that.
If it's not from Grace Randolph, I don't want to hear it.
Hey, don't make fun of my Grace love. You know what? I was on
I'm just joking.
before. I was the only one defending her. Everyone likes to hate on Grace. I don't get it.
She,
she was
with
kind of
scoops and information. Yes, she's dead on. But when she interjects her personal thoughts and how she, just the way she thinks things are going to go, personally, yeah, she's hit or miss on that. Okay. And there's many things that she says that I'd like to point out, contention with her. But isn't it funny? Doesn't she sound like Dory from Finding Nemo talking to the whales, or Pinocchio from Shrek?
All right.
Okay, Zeverfat is never going to be on this channel again. Talking about my grace. No, Zeverfat, what are you doing here? All right.
She's cute as a button, but
Okay.
it's just that's the impression I get when I listen to her.
All right. Cobra Kai closing in on new streaming home with YouTube poised to release hit series ahead of season 3. All right. It's gonna. I don't know where they're going. I'm not gonna read that. It's gonna. Believe it. Fans are not gonna let that go. I don't even think we need to cover that. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was sad at first. I'm like, nah. YouTube Red is so dead. And honestly, I would have liked it because here's my problem with YouTubers and YouTube Red. If we would all say, just join YouTube Red instead of having joined to every single channel, Patreon, every single channel, the talent would get paid better. And you wouldn't have to, you wouldn't have ads. And you'd have more control. Advertisers would have less sway in your content. So I think that's where YouTubers were selfish and say, no, don't subscribe to this platform. Subscribe to me. And then this typical YouTube, the system is broken. You got to support me personally. If we all band together, but if that time's passed, it's never going to come back again.
Yeah.
YouTube Red is done. Especially now that they're not coming out with original content anymore. So it's unfortunate. But if YouTubers came together instead of fighting and being selfish and said, you know what, instead of a join, YouTube Red, where I get paid for 100% of the views on my video, that would have been a great world for a YouTuber. Unfortunately, it's gone. But going off of YouTube, Cobra Kai, I think it'll get better. I think they'll get, especially since there's 2 seasons. Someone's got to pick that up. There's 2 seasons already in the can, and lots of people didn't even see it yet because you had to subscribe to YouTube Red.
Yeah.
Any streaming service, Hulu, HBO Max, Netflix, anybody, just about anybody's going to be. I know a few people have said Sony TV's possibly looking at it, so
Disney Plus.
Anybody that signs up.
Apple TV.
Apple TV. No, I don't like Apple TV. I subscribed to that to watch that because I like Jason Momoa. I watched that C series, and it started out good, and I was like, oh, it got boring. I didn't like it. I never finished it. It got really weird. I don't. Did anyone see that?
Is doing a series on Apple TV or a movie. Yeah. Martin Scorsese, he's working with Apple to make a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro.
Is it cinema?
Wow.
Cinema? It's 4 hours.
Well, my problem with Martin Scorsese is
Martin Scorsese is working with DiCaprio and De Niro. Wow.
He's
great.
I'm
so shocked. I am so shocked.
My problem with Martin Scorsese is he's
those up and coming actors
into the film mentality. If he did a series, it would be groundbreaking. He still wants to do the film. Listen, he's so stuck in that headspace of it has to be a film. He's not getting them released in theaters. People, productions don't want to spend the big money for his productions. It always ends up on streaming. Just do a series, a limited series. I think The Irishman would have flowed better that way.
Yeah.
Because that thing was super long.
Yeah, can you imagine seeing week to week and not dumping it all at once? It would. It was
good, but the de-aging was so distracting.
Yeah,
the
Uncanny Valley is still there. I didn't buy it. It still was awkward, especially. I reviewed it with some friends. The scenes where he's doing the hits look really odd.
Well, it's just when you get older, you don't have that range of motion.
Yeah.
And it's not, you can't just look young. You have to be able to move like you're young, and that's why, I'm a proponent of deep faking and all that kind of stuff, like they did with Carrie Fisher and they did with, Tarkin and all that. They use an actual actor that is of age that you want. And then, kind of like they do with the stunts, they have a stunt man, he goes out and he does this thing, and then they superimpose the actor's face on the body.
All right.
Yeah.
I have one more story that I'm really excited about. That it probably won't get a lot of coverage. This one, I recently watched the movie. Oh, okay.
Well, Well, before we close out the stream, I want to share like one little story or something, little tidbit about Tenet.
Oh, okay. Well, let me share this first. Hold on to that thought, sci-fi. Let me share this first because it's not like a huge story. Darn it. And I
Maleficent 3.
No. I like the first one. The first one I didn't mind. The second one was
I didn't even see the second one.
My wife likes Maleficent. That's her favorite Disney villain. Okay.
I like the cartoon Maleficent.
Upgrade. One of my favorite films I watched recently, and I watched it when I got HBO Now. Did any of you see this movie?
Yep.
The prequel to Venom?
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
Well, if you have HBO Max, I think it might have just left last month.
That's my definition of a fun movie. That's a fun movie.
But apparently, their Upgrade has a TV series sequel in the works at Blumhouse. When director Lee Winnell's The Invisible Man performed like gangbusters in theaters back in February, so this helped make this happen. The horror reboot got many fans talking about the filmmakers. I didn't know that was the same director. 2018 sci-fi thriller Upgrade, and I liked The Invisible Man.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Check that out.
The short version is that the scores of cinephiles were hoping that Winnell would one day return to the world of Upgrade. It now appears that the wish is about to be granted. It's been announced that the Upgrade is getting a TV series follow-up. All right, that's cool. I want to see where that world goes. I really enjoyed that film. I want to get it on Steelbook. I have to find it. I think they just have a Blu-ray. I don't think I've seen a Steelbook yet. And then Sci-Fi. You said you had a story.
Yeah, I shared it with you in the Twitter DM with the group one.
Okay. The Gotham City Sirens?
No, it's the Tenet one. I think you have to scroll up a little bit.
Okay, hold on a second.
It's nothing major. It's just like a little tidbit of information about the movie.
Oh, okay.
About the running time.
Yes, I will pull that up.
Should I be running backwards?
Hold on, I'm going to share
Max
this.
is doing that and everything. Let's talk about Steelbooks. I was really excited. Apparently, they're doing a Steelbook of the 1980 Flash Gordon movie.
Oh, I have pre-ordered. Yeah, so do I.
Me too. Oh man, I'm so excited. I don't know if
I've ever watched the whole thing.
Oh,
yeah, I have. I actually have it on DVD. I love
Boss
that
Nass.
movie. I love it. Love that movie.
You can click on that link right there. The television and movies one. It'll probably take you to it.
Oh, I was just gonna read the Twitter. Okay. Oh, darn it!
3 hours and so on.
Ooh.
Yeah, 3 hours.
No, they don't have an article up though. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, that post says that it's going to be 3 hours and 15 minutes. So
but the
theatrical release is going to be an hour and 20.
No, they don't do that. They don't do like Christopher Nolan. For some reason, they do.
He could do whatever he wants.
For some reason, I guess because of the Dark Knight, they don't mess with him. But they certainly messed with Zack Snyder's films at Warner Brothers. But
unfortunately,
whatever Christopher Nolan says goes. They don't. He gets what he wants every time. And who here is going to see Tenet? Opening weekend.
I'll see it. It seems interesting.
It may not be opening. May not be opening weekend, but yeah, I'll definitely go check it out because I've heard a lot of good things. It's Christopher Nolan. You can't go wrong with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Well, they had the trailer on before Joker, and it looked really, really good. Like, they actually showed footage, I think, a couple minutes or so.
Oh yeah, I'm real. That's real. Well, you know what? I have to cancel my binge buddies. I'm not up for it tonight. Honestly, I don't think people were ready to binge tonight.
Well, I don't think the episode comes out till tomorrow, anyways.
Well, I thought at midnight. I thought it was going to come out. But I don't have it.
Is it midnight for everyone?
I don't know. I scheduled it just in case 12 a.m. That it would pop up, but I don't have it in me to do more streaming tonight.
Understandable. And Chevy Tay Monster Productions. I think it's June 2nd. The Flash Gordon Steelbook comes out. So Yeah, I saw that when I got my new headphones, and I was like, "Oh, I still had a few bucks left," and I was like, "I'm on my Best Buy gift card." I was like, "I'm getting this because this is Flash Gordon."
Matt Wilkins is here. It's been a while. Hi, Matt.
Matt.
Well, they won't let me in there not right now. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't been back to my Best Buy in a while. Maybe I could try.
A lot of them. The only way you can get in is if you make an appointment or something. I think you can go in that way, or you can do curbside. You can't actually. I don't think you can go into the stores yet. But I know
can't do Blu-ray hunting. Yeah,
I know.
The Joker Steelbook was like sold out within a couple days when it was coming out.
Oh,
right?
I have it.
That doesn't surprise me.
And I've been mad at my Best Buy because I still don't watch my Blu-ray of 1917. It did not come with the digital copy. I messaged Best Buy help online, and they're like, "Oh, you got to call in," and I'm like, "I don't want to call in," and I just didn't do it yet. It's probably past. I will never get my digital copy. I'm so upset.
Such a good movie, though.
Speaking of 1917, do you guys notice that Kingsman prequel, The King's Man, didn't come out yet?
Oh
yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because I
said World War One, right?
Yeah, it was set in World War One. And I was looking it up on YouTube, and I found out that it didn't even come out yet. They just have the trailers, and that's it.
I don't like.
They're going to somehow put Mark Strong in that.
I don't like to hate on movies, but the second one really killed that franchise for me. I just did not like the sequel at all.
Get him in everything.
Kingsman, and I don't like to hate on movies. I'm not against them doing another one. I just I'm have zero interest in it now. Although the prequel sounds more interesting than another sequel.
Yeah.
I heard, I saw the trailers for Kingsman. I've seen the church fight scene with set to Leonard Skinner. What's the name of the song? I know the song, but I can't think of it else.
Sweet Home Alabama?
It's Freebird.
Freebird, yeah. It's Freebird, which is done by Leonard Skinner. Chubby Teddy Monster. I wasn't aware that the guy who did the voice of Boss Nass wasn't Flash Gordon. Was that Brian?
Yeah, Zeverfan said that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was it Brian Blessed?
Yeah.
Or was it? Really? I honestly did not know that.
That was from George. He wanted him in the movie.
Awesome. Okay. Right on.
Memento is Nolan's masterpiece.
Yeah, because George Lucas likes to cast a lot of cult movie actors. Like he cast Christopher Lee because he was in the Hammer horror movie.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, yeah. If you remember, I don't know when they did the behind the scenes stuff for Attack of the Clones, the Yoda that they had made up and everything had the set of cardboard fangs mounted on the mouth, and Christopher Lee is like, "George, you promised," in that very dignified British magnificent voice. Christopher Lee's like, "George, you promised," and you almost got the impression that George was like, "I'm sorry, Christopher. Please don't hurt me."
Well, I love that when Terrence Stamp was so excited to work with Natalie Portman, and he got there and she wasn't on set. He was acting to a green screen.
I know.
So disappointed.
I gotta go back and rewatch Christopher Nolan. I hope I gotta look for a collection on it, but they're not gonna have a steel book.
They released a Blu-ray box set of all of his movies at Warner Brothers a long time ago, but I don't know if it's still in print anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I mean, as good as his movies are.
What's the one that didn't land for you? The Interstellar is the one for me. I got to rewatch that one too.
I like Interstellar.
Right.
Dark Knight Rises.
Oh,
Lantern.
I like that one.
I'm gonna give it another shot. Maybe I'll do if you want to do a watch party on your channel or something.
Change my mind.
You gotta change my mind, Lantern.
Yeah,
where are the drugs?
Maybe. I know because
how come Batman Begins, right?
You don't like falafel?
I was born in the dark.
I know Dark Knight Rises gets some shade thrown in, but honestly,
compare it to Batman Robin. You know what I'm saying? Let's compare it to
you
can't go wrong with
that is not
on ice skates.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, right?
riding on a
Tell me.
dinosaur.
I
I mean, that's
I
baller right there.
okay. Here's the thing. I remember
what's up.
going to see Batman and Robin at a drive-in. I was like, oh my gosh.
I did too.
I was like, okay. I started the car and I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah,
What
I
have you
looked at
missed?
my mom and said, "We gotta go."
Damon Impact Zero One. What have you missed? You missed the whole show. We're about to end it.
Yeah.
Well,
is there
what I will say about Christopher Nolan is that I have liked most of the movies I've seen of him. Like the only ones I haven't watched are Dunkirk, The Prestige, Memento, and the Insomnia.
I gotta watch The Prestige again, and I want to buy
to watch. Prestige is a great movie. I mean,
I think
Christian
that's
Bale,
masterpiece.
Hugh Jackman. I mean, it's almost like a X-Men and Batman reunion in a manner of speaking, because Prestige came out.
That's his underrated one, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
came out around
that's because there was another movie that was the exact same type with
The
guy
Illusionist.
who played the Hulk.
Well, no, The Illusionist was with Edward Norton.
Was
Edward Norton and everything. But honestly, The Prestige, so darn good. I mean,
it's a good movie.
That ending, such a good
you got
twist.
Batman and Wolverine in the same movie. You can't go wrong.
That's one I gotta rewatch.
Don't forget Michael Caine's in that too.
Yeah. There was one with
he's also in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which leaves
Rob Williams. There's never one with Rob Williams that he did was underrated. Was that?
Robin
I think
Williams?
that's Insomnia.
That's
you talking about Aladdin?
People don't talk about
Popeye? You're talking about Popeye?
Yes, that one.
You know.
Well, before we end it, what do you think is going to happen to Green Lantern in the Snyderverse return? They were talks before that Tom Cruise. I don't think they're going to go that route now.
No, that was because of the director. The director of the Mission Impossible. When he went into the meeting, he did. I don't know if he actually brought up Tom Cruise, but it was him and Henry, and they went to Warner, and Warner was like, "Sorry, we're thank you for the for the sit down, but we're going we're going our direction."
You know what really drives me nuts when movie talk pundits bring up who should be recast as this? They always say Idris Elba, and I like Idris Elba, but what about Idris Elba for Green Lantern?
John Stewart.
John Stewart. He could work and Chubby
I see him more of a kilowog.
Yeah, that'd work too.
Maybe.
The guy who
that would be a slam dunk too, don't you think? Who else?
Because Michael Clark Duncan is deceased, right?
Yeah, he passed away.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian. John Boyega. Yeah, that's a good. That would get fans in, I think.
He's just screaming Ray the whole time.
They could make him a stormtrooper and then forget about his backstory.
Hey, if anyone's interested in Dunkirk, it's notoriously cheap steelbook on Best Buy. It's like $13. I still got to pick it up. I watched it. I rented it.
What did you think of Dunkirk?
So Idris Elba or John Boyega for John Stewart, or if they go the other route, who would you want to see?
Adonis.
Michael B.
What's
Jordan.
his face? Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
That would be
that could work.
Let's talk to one.
Because
do you
he's
think the
dead in Marvel? His character.
That's true. Do you think that they actually did have talks with him about? Was that true? Those reports where they were having talks about him becoming Superman. Maybe they'll keep him in mind.
He said he would do another incarnation of Superman.
Okay.
It was a different character. I don't know the name of the character. I'm sorry. But he wanted to do a different iteration. Just he didn't want to step on the toes of other people.
All right. So he already has the connections at Warner Brothers. Michael B. Jordan confirmed. I got to do a poll on that. Who would you guys want? Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan, or that would make a good video. I got to do a separate video on that.
I would say give me John Boyega.
Shaq. We need Shaq back.
No,
haven't seen him since Steel.
I see him since Shazam.
Thank you.
We do need a good Steel movie.
No. Bad. Shame on you. No.
Hey, LR
riding a motorcycle.
We need a nerd wars on this topic because we're getting hot comments in here. But he has a good point. I think Idris fits better with Snyder's style. I could see that.
Yeah, I could too. And to Chubby, tell you real quick, 13th Warrior, underrated movie, beautiful movie. Antonio Banderas
with Tom Cruise?
No,
that wasn't. Tom Cruise.
No,
That
13th
was-
Warrior. 13th Warrior. Look up.
That was with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you need
sorry,
a
I have a plethora of
reason to get
movie
HBO
knowledge
Max,
that's
Steel is on
Just
there.
kind of stuck
There
in
we
my
go.
brain.
I
just
don't
gotta
care about Steel. I don't
get it out of the
care.
cobwebs.
That thing could sit there and collect dust. I do not care about Steel.
Well, if you did get HBO Max, look for upgrade if it's still there. But I think it was recently removed. I think it was in the section about to go off the service.
I'll definitely check
But
it out.
if it's still there, watch it before it goes.
I watched the comic movie Mark's video on HBO Max, and the Alien movies are actually on HBO Max.
I know.
There's a section on HBO Max with Suicide Squad and Justice League, and they're in a section that says limited time or about to be removed or something, something along those lines.
I'm not sure. I haven't really had a chance to go through every single thing.
That's what I was told.
One thing that I love about
it's 100% accurate.
It's 100%.
One thing that I'll say about HBO Max that I'm very happy about, the fact that they struck a deal with Turner Classic Movies, because there's a lot of great old black and white movies on there, a lot of classics. One that I think you all should watch if you've never done it, Citizen Kane.
Oh, that little movie? I heard some good things about it.
I'm gonna trump you. You need to watch Zorro the Gay Blade with George Hamilton.
I will trump you with Casablanca.
Yeah. And all the old Godzilla movies are going to be on HBO Max too.
They are. A lot of them are right now. They've
actually
got
Shogun
ones? No, the Tojo ones.
The Tojo. I didn't say Shogun.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, yeah, Goober 316 Commando is on HBO Max.
I just watched that yesterday.
I was like,
with Alyssa Milano.
Yes!
What the hell is
such
that?
an 80s movie.
Yeah. I mean, the action scenes are horrible, but it's a great movie.
Oh, it's like watching Bloodsport.
It's Alien Rule. I would okay. I'll final question, then pimp your channels, and I'm going to end it because I'm tired. Alien Rules. Yes, I'm a sucker for that series. Would you, if Alien comes back, do you want another movie or do you want to see? I'd rather just see an Alien series. I'm sick of the movies.
Yeah,
I don't want anything. Honestly, the Alien universe has been pretty much, the bones have been picked clean. I say leave it.
I think so.
Go back and finish Alien 3. Go back and finish Alien 3.
Yeah, that was a really interesting. Yeah,
I have tried to watch.
That's no. You know about Neil Blomkamp's idea before he took back over the Alien franchise. He was going to go back. Neil Blomkamp had an idea to go back and redo after Alien 2, I think.
Yeah, he wanted to do a direct sequel to Aliens.
Yes, so that's the next one in the fan movement that we have to get done.
Yes.
Yeah, but they didn't even start filming on that one. They would have to start the production again on that one.
Sigourney Weaver would come back. I think she was on board for it.
And Michael Biehn too.
Yeah, they were wanting to do it. It's just that I have bad memory. What's the name of the director? Ridley Scott. He wanted to come back and do his thing, so he trumped their vision and they got canned. But if Ridley Scott wouldn't have come back, I think that would have happened.
Yeah, I like Prometheus too. I wish he didn't go straight to the Alien Covenant thing. I wish he would have kept doing the Prometheus thing.
Yeah, I like Prometheus.
Honestly, I went and saw Prometheus. I think it was in 3D back when it came out. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I did. I got what Scott was trying to do and everything with that movie. I was like, I'm not trying to sound like I was ahead of the curve or anything, but I got what he was trying to do, and Prometheus for me is a solid movie.
Yeah.
Does it have its flaws? Sure, it does, but otherwise, it's a solid movie because it's Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott's one of the best directors we've gotten out of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, he still brings it every once in a while. I mean, he has a few. So they're nothing's bad at all, but every once in a while. All right, but
everyone likes to hate on Robin Hood.
We got to keep Movie Madness hot. We got to let we're already missing. As soon as I said that, some more viewers popped out. So while we still have viewers, pimp your channel. We should be back tomorrow night. and starting with Brian, Master of Discord, and Master of HBO Max, I guess now.
Yeah, right.
Go check out his channel. You want to pimp your channel?
Yeah, channel's Brian Hill, Master of None. Right now I'm kind of a lull on videos just because I've been back at work and busy. Here to just have a good time and talk about movies with y'all.
Yeah, that's what this is about. This is about talking movies. That's it. Sci-Fi Dragon.
Well, I started recording my Godzilla versus Kong video, but I haven't done it in 2 days because I was taking a break for Memorial Day. But I think I might start it again tomorrow because I only have 2 pages left to record, and then I'll be able to start editing it.
Seaver, where the hell's Mad Matt? Oh, are you kidding me? What the hell? You were there the whole time?
He's working on a video we're gonna upload tomorrow. So yeah, I got this guy working.
Yeah, working.
Continue.
Okay.
Give me some rival juice.
Matt, hey, we asked for the Mad Matt man for the next movie Madness. We
got it.
Okay.
So
go check out Seaverfet's channel. There's some. I can't get rid of him now. He shows up every stream. At least Ryan.
He just leaves a link. I just click on the link.
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
I appreciate consistency. I like it. Ambassador, it's been a while.
It has been a very long while. And Max, I appreciate you having me on. And anytime you're doing these, let me know. Okay. I am the Ambassador. You can find me on YouTube as the Ambassador. I cover pop culture of the 80s and 90s into the modern era. This weekend, I'm going to be doing 2 streams, one on Stone Loki's Mornings of Mischief. We're going to be doing a watch party of Young Frankenstein. And then on my channel, The Ambassador, Saturday night, 7:30 Central Time, we're going to be talking the films of Zack Snyder. So all that will entail, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Discord under The Ambassador. And I have my own Discord, so if you're interested, DM me on Twitter. And I want to thank Max for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Lantern 2814.
That's the channel name. Yeah, I'm talking a lot of Snyder Cut this week for obvious reasons. Do some watch parties, play some games, stuff like that. Have a chill time. Yeah.
All right. You're all welcome.
He did a video about the air cut too. You guys should watch it.
Yeah. I'm talking a little bit about that as well. Yeah.
I think it's a done deal. I honestly, the first day I was like questioning it. I was like, no,
the more I think about it,
I'm just curious about like how is it going to affect
the
gun thing? You know, the Suicide Squad.
Well, Gunn tweeted out he's all for it.
They were talking on Twitter.
I mean, because Gunn hasn't released it yet, so he can play. Because he's editing it at his house, so he can play with it, a little bit if need be. Tweak things if need be. And they haven't recast any of the characters, which I think is really cool.
But I think
that's the one. That's the one I'm most interested to see. How is the Suicide Squad going to play into all this? That's a weird one. I don't know.
Confused. And I'm wondering if it's going to be more comedic and compared to the first.
I think so.
And how was that? And will it even gel with David Ayer's version if David Ayer's version is all dark and serious?
It's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
They just slap a filter on it. It's good to go.
Chubby Teddy's giving you props, Lantern. We gotta go.
Very cool.
You guys. All right, bye everyone. Have a good one. Bye.
Peace.